Awesome. Thank you, Matt. We appreciate the opportunity. So we represent the California Pacific section of the Society for Range Management. Our section of the society, we give out awards each year recognizing people who are in the business of conserving and managing and stewarding rangelands. Of the two awards that we're going to give out this year, one of them is for the Range Manager of the Year. This year, we are excited to give the award to Chuck Pritchard. Chuck is a rancher, a longtime rancher in San Luis Obispo County. He and his family manage the Bitterwater Ranch. And so this award is intended to recognize individuals who have made major contributions to the art and science of range management, and especially those who've been involved in numerous organizations, particularly public and industry organizations related to the improvement and conservation of rangelands. I think what I want to do is I'm going to switch my share. So I'm going to pause. Royce, I'm going to pull up our actual application. I'm going to slowly scroll through it as we talk. But how about if I pass the baton to you briefly, and you've had a long-going relationship with Chuck as well. Why don't you say a few words about your experience working with him? We've got 5 minutes.
Okay, great. Well, I've known Chuck now for a little over 20 years. When I first got to San Luis Obispo area in late 1997 and started working with Chuck at that point. He had been and continues to be very involved, not only in ranching, but a lot of other organizations, some of which big organizations such as the Range Management Advisory Committee for the State Board of Forestry, the California Organization for RCDs, as well as local RCDs, as well as many others. I've worked with Chuck over these many years on various different projects, seeding trials, different research type things that we've been doing on his ranch, and really enjoyed working with him. He's been very helpful. He's very, I don't know, excited about doing this. He loves to get out and talk about it with not only other ranchers and with the Cattlemen's Organization, but especially with classes like at Cal Poly. And we've held a lot of workshops with him and Marc and I together on some of them, and just out on his ranch. I've been able to work a lot with him, with Carl Strebe, who is with the NRCS, who is now retired, putting in various different projects on his ranch for the CRP, as well as other things that he's doing to improve his ranch with fencing and water development and so on. And we heard mentioned that earlier about a possibility of, we think it might be a drought if you only have 20 inches of rain. Well, Chuck's lived his life with about 6 inches average annual rainfall. So he has a little different perspective about that. So I don't know what more you want me to say, Marc, or are we passing this on back to you?
I think we're going to pass it on back to me. And Chuck, if you're ready, I'm willing to pass the baton back to Chuck for just a few short minutes. I think Chuck is terrific. I have being the chair of the Range Management Advisory Committee for the last 11 or 12 years. Chuck was a committee member on that before me, and then through much of my tenure, and he was a terrific asset to that committee, representing the interests of those conservationists on rangelands in California, as well as the ranching community. And he's been a terrific asset to me for teaching my classes and giving my students some real world experiences out on the Cal Poly, on the San Luis Obispo ranchlands. So Chuck did say that he wanted to say a word or two. Chuck, if you're able to do so, you may. I see you unmuted, but I'm not hearing your voice yet.
Let's see.
All right. We may have audio issues. Well,
Chuck, hit your unmute button.
Yeah. He did unmute. Try it one more time, Chuck. We can't wait too long. So you're unmuted now. So it looks like it looks like it's on his end. So I'm sorry, Chuck. Anyway, we will need to move on to the next presentation. Chuck has been a long-serving person who has done a lot for this community and for the ranching and rangeland conservation business in California. We just want to make sure that you all are aware that for our recognition of him this year as our range manager of the year, he is well deserving of the award, and it's really coming along kind of late. He's deserved it for a long, long time. Thank you, Chuck.
And I agree with that, Mark. He's, it's hard to have a short time to talk about him because he's done so much.
All right, Matt, I think we have another presentation to move on to.
Well, that's actually about it for our presentations for today. This is where we move off to our breakouts. I think we've been shuffled up again from yesterday, where everybody's going to be in a different group. Hopefully we've streamlined it a little bit. I know that I will be better prepared for the 20 minutes. That 59 seconds came really quick as a reminder yesterday, and I think we got cut off mid-sentence. But anyways, congratulations, Chuck. I wish we could have heard from you. Maybe after the breakouts we get back and we'll have a couple of seconds, we can get you in then.